All right, raise your hand if you're in that category, because we are, no doubt. Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center right now. A weather alert day because of it.
Oh, man. So this morning it was just a heat advisory, and now we're under an excessive heat warning for parts of our viewing area, including Raleigh down to Fayetteville, over toward Goldsboro, down toward Clinton. So it's one of those days you really do need to stay put. It was a very hot day yesterday with a temperature of around 100, with the heat index, well into the triple digits. We'll see that today and again tomorrow too. It wouldn't be surprising for us to be under another heat advisory or an excessive heat warning. So we'll have to deal with this for several days in a row, but there is relief in sight by the time we get to Thursday, especially Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're going to see the excessive heat move on out. But this is a look at our heat index forecast to the afternoon. It could feel like 114 in Fayetteville, 110 in Clinton, 109 in Raleigh. It already feels like 108 in Durham and Raleigh. So it may be a little hotter than that later today, feeling like 110 in Goldsboro, 108 Rocky Mounts, and 108 in Southern Pines. And as we talked about earlier in the newscast, the effects of heat on your body are cumulative. So the more days in a row you're exposed to this high heat, the more likely you are to succumb to those heat-related illnesses. So just be careful. Again, we do have a period later in the week where it'll be much safer to be out and doing anything you need to get done outside. Beautiful sunshine out there. Goldsboro, Apex, Chapel Hill, courtesy of Top of the Hill Restaurant. Taking a look at Fayetteville there. I mean, there's hardly a cloud in the sky. There's some haze out there, which we typically see when there's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, and there definitely is. Right now, we're kind of in between systems. This high-pressure system hanging out to our west. A cold front will come sweeping through on Thursday, and that's what's going to help change our pattern. But for today, it's a fairly quiet pattern. We do have a lot of moisture in the atmosphere and, of course, hot conditions, and that may pop a few thunderstorms across some of the region, especially from the Triangle area southward, and some of those could produce some brief heavy rainfall periods, but we're just not going to see very much of that. The change in our pattern will come mid to late week. We're going to have still a steady flow of tropical moisture, and our chance of rain increases as a cold front swings through. That's going to bring us a chance of some flooding rain, but also a break from some of the intense heat. If you remember what happened on Friday, we had just pockets of very heavy rain develop. We could see that again Thursday and possibly Friday, but Thursday we're more likely to have a flooding potential. You can see from the Triangle area eastward, that yellow shaded area, that's a level 2 risk for flooding, and that's exactly what we saw last Friday. We are likely to start to cool off, and in this case, it's not likely to be just one day, but we may see these cooler temperatures all the way through at least the weekend. So this is a look at our flood risk. We have that elevated or level 2 risk for Thursday, but then it's back down to just a marginal risk on Friday. It looks like the heaviest rain would be Thursday, but we'll have widespread rain again on Friday as well. Wednesday, it's just going to be scattered like we're seeing today. Let's walk through it with Futurecast. Here's 4 p.m. Thursday, and you can see those yellow shaded areas. We're going to see a good bit of rainfall. Let's see if we can back that up again. How much? Likely to be anywhere from 2 to 3 inches. That certainly will help our drought situation, but that is a lot of rain within a fairly short period of time. So we'll be on the lookout for flooding, especially on Thursday. Our 24-hour temperature change looks like this. Of course, we're hotter than normal now, signified by the yellow and orange color contours. But look what happens once we get to Thursday, then Friday and Saturday. A good chunk of the country, really from the Rockies eastward, finally sees a break from some intense heat. So we'll be looking forward to that. In the meantime, today is a WRAL Weather Alert day for our extreme heat that we'll be dealing with. We'll probably have a heat advisory again for tomorrow as well, but definitely looking forward to those cooler temperatures. But what may come with it is a lot of heavy rain and some flooding potential.
Good afternoon, I'm Ken Smith. Due to the dangerous heat, we have decided to make today a WRAL Weather Alert Day. Meteorologist Kat Campbell is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Kat, this is the 6th Weather Alert Day this summer. We're talking about the potential for triple-digit temperatures today.
We are, Ken. We're forecasting 100 degrees this afternoon in the Triangle, and it's going to feel even hotter than that when you factor in just how humid it feels outside, and an excessive heat warning was issued. That's a step up in severity compared to the usual heat advisories that we've seen several of this summer. In orange, it's a heat advisory, but for Wake County South and East, that's where we have the excessive heat warning. The areas in pink could see heat index values over 110, and for the heat advisory in orange, the heat index values will exceed 105. We're already up to 108 for the heat index in the Triangle with an actual air temperature around 96 at RDU. It's 92 in Rocky Mount with a heat index of 104. In Clinton, your heat index right now 111 degrees. Fayetteville 94 with a heat index of 106. We really have an extreme risk for heat exhaustion both today and tomorrow. You need to take breaks in the shade. You need to stay hydrated and just try to head inside at times today to let your body cope and cool off. Wednesday, the heat backs off ever so slightly, but you really won't start to notice any change from the big heat until Thursday. Thursday's high 90s, still humid with a heat index near 100, but by Friday and Saturday, look at those numbers. Our highs fall back into the 80s. We're going to see a cold front arrive later this week, and that front will stall out and eventually dissipate over North Carolina through the weekend. Not only does this mean that the heat backs off, but even better, we're likely to see some beneficial rainfall, and we still need this rain. We got a lot of tropical moisture combined with a stalled front to work with, and that could lead to some heavy rain beginning on Thursday. So some much needed rain. Drought relief is on the way starting Thursday. In the next couple of days, it's going to be more of those scattered kind of thunderstorms. Not much out there today, though. Only a 20% chance for rain, but we've got 3 days in the 80s to look forward to, Ken.